So today in this video we are going to talk about this new product called Lovable. And making this video is making me sad and happy at the same time. I'm happy to see the technology, the AI made so much progress. It is so mature that it can literally replace a human developer. But at the same time, it is making me sad because 20 years of my experience or of building different applications with different technology is gone down the drain. It's really a death of developers. Lovable is going to replace all the developers. Of course, in future, you do need few developers. The truth is, if I need a 10 developer, I may just need 3. So almost 70% of developers are going to lose their job because we don't need that many developers. So here's the CRM system I built using Lovable, and it is completely connected with the database, and authentication is there. As you can see, there's a sign out button. Here's the dashboard. I have my contacts, then I have my leads, and you can see in contact I can add, edit, promote them to lead, and I can write my interaction with each of my contact also. So here it is. This is a test. Choose a date and save this interaction. And then you have the list of tasks. I can add the task, and then I have a setting where I can go and change this dark mode to light mode, etc. So all this, my small CRM, is created using Lovable. And this can be a weeks of work, which I did in few minutes. So let me show you from the beginning how we will use Lovable to create this CRM system. So now let's go to lovable.dev, that website, and here you can see you can just write a prompt and tell it what kind of application you want to build. So I want to build a CRM system, but I don't know even that. The functional specification also I don't know. So I'll go to ChatGPT and say, write me a functional spec for a CRM system. And now ChatGPT is giving me a functional spec where it is talking about customer data management should be there, customer profile, contact database, activity, and lead management, pipeline management, etc. All these things should be there. ChatGPT is done writing the functional spec. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy from overview onwards till functional requirement, till here. And now I'm going to come to Lovable and just copy here everything what I got from ChatGPT overview and say develop a CRS system designed to manage customer interaction, track sales process, analyze customer data, all that. I'm not even reading whatever is there in the functional spec, and I'm going to tell Lovable, just go ahead and create an app for me. So click this button. And I am in this window where here you can see on the left hand side I have all my prompt, and this is here where you will see your app working. And now it is done, and it has created the CRM system with the dashboard, revenue, active deals, open ticket, etc. So let's quickly look at here a couple of things. One is you can see this project can be connected with Supabase, which is a open source version of Firebase. And as you can see, I already connected this thing to my organization. But if you have not, you will be prompted here to connect it to organization, and automatically you don't have to do anything. You will just click on Supabase and say connect my project to the Supabase, and it will connect. Not much to do. Here again, same way, you have a GitHub integration. And when you click here, you will see that you can create a repository. I'll show you the repository I have created. And as the development will go through, Lovable will keep updating your GitHub repository with the changes. And other than that, as you can see, you can rename the project here. Here you will see the history of all the work is done. So there's one thing we have seen, that we are building is develop CRM system features. We'll see the history will grow as we work on this. And this is my chat window. That was my first prompt, and when I put enter, it created all this application and gave me all this update here, that what's going on. And now we'll start building this thing. So okay, now let's go ahead and connect it to my GitHub, and I'll say create repository. This is my organization name, and I clicked here, say create in this organization, and it is created a repository and updated. So let's go to GitHub and take a look at it. So here you can see my repository in GitHub is updated, and I can see all these files are here. You may wonder why my project is created in TypeScript using React.js, because that's not something I defined anywhere when I created this. That happened because when I logged in first time, when you will start using Lovable, it will ask you what stacks you want, and that's where I have chosen that I want TypeScript and React.js. So that's what it used by default to create this project. Now coming back here, we can see this is there, and if I click, nothing happens, and if I click on customer, I see the customer name, and I can add a customer also, I believe. If I click, nothing is happening. Okay, so now you will go and say add a form to add a customer. Enter. Now it will go and do its magic behind the scene, and we'll see in few seconds this functionality is going to be working. It's saying I'll create a form component to add new customer, integrating it with the existing customer page. Okay, we see it's saving change, and everything should be working. Okay, it's refreshing. As you can see, it refreshed. Now let's click on this. Wow, it's really working. So I just use my name, location, New York, active, inactive, add customer. Okay, location Seattle, and where is my customer? We added a customer, but it's not showing. Okay, so there's an error. So I type here customer is added but not shown in customer form. Oh, I noticed that the customer data is currently hard-coded in the customer page and not being updated when a new customer is added. Let's modify the code to manage customer using state and update it when a new customer is added. So it is fixing that because it realized that it was just hard-coded. Add customer display in form, click to view the code. You can click here and you can see the code changes made here by the system. But forget about that. We are not interested in looking at the code. We'll look at the functionality here. Now I'll add a customer location. I'll say Seattle, and here the customer is added. So this functionality is working. Let's see if filter is working. No, filter is not working. So let's say fix the filter functionality. As you can see, I'm just talking it in a very simple English. Nothing about coding here. Saying fix the filter functionality. That's how exactly a program manager or product manager will tell to developer, go and fix this filter functionality. Now they don't need a developer. They will fix it themselves. And now let's go here and check. Yep, it is working. So as you can see, you can slowly start building this whole application. Let me do one more thing and quickly show you. I want to connect this to Supabase database, and here, and I will say create a new project. This is already, I have organization there. I can give a project name which is maybe CRM2 and my strong password. Now I can create a new project. Okay, it's done setting up the project. I click on table editor. There's no table yet, but that's okay. We can go here and we can say connect to this new project which I created, CRM2. So it is saying it's connecting. I'm now connecting to your Supabase project to gather your database structure, table, and security settings. This may take a moment. Now, what's happening behind the scene? All these forms I have, but there was no table behind the scene. So now Lovable is going to create all this different table, stored procedure, and middle tier API calls. Everything will be done for you. So it is doing all its magic, saving changes, all that, and we'll see when it is done. Just keep building. For any question, just ask. If you plan to have user login, we highly recommend setting up authentication first. Let's set up the authentication. Please add authentication to my application. So it is asking, before implementing authentication, I need to ask, do you expect to store any additional user profile like username, role, and avatars? And I'll say, yes, I will like to store username and roles and avatar too. And it's saying this is important to determine if we need to create a profile table in the database. So I said, yes, do that. So it is creating this. All this code is written for the backend. Create table, public.profile, username, all that. Again, you don't have to worry about this code, and you just say apply changes. We will see what happens. The migration is being applied. The migration has been applied successfully. Cool. Now let's implement the authentication UI and logic in your application. Since you are currently on the customer page, and we'll make sure to protect it with authentication, implement the necessary component. It is implementing the whole authentication, adding the protection on every page. So if the user is not authenticated, they will not be able to see these pages. So it is adding a logic page, added a login page. So before I sign in here, let me show you one more thing. So you come here to Supabase, and then we'll go to this authentication. So here it says authentication email are only sent to organization member email address. Set up custom SMTP now. I don't want to do that, so I'll close that for the moment. And here's providers. You see all these providers are there out of the box. Unbelievable. Everybody you want to use, you can use it. So Google, you can use it. Google too. I'm not using it now because you just have to go and do little small setup in the Google, because you get this client secret from the Google when you want to set up OAuth. It's very simple. Just read the documentation of Google and you will get this secret and just put it here. But what we did, we said we want an email authentication. I have to just turn this off, confirm email thing, and then say save. Because we have not set up the SMTP, so there is no confirmation email will come for us. So now let's go back, successfully updated. Do you have an account? No. So I'm creating an account. This is my account, and this is my password, and I'll sign up. So once I sign up, I see this data. But again, here my customer which I added is gone because it was not connected. So now let's go check in Supabase tables. Only profile table is there. So customer table is not there. So still it's not connected. Customers are not connected with the database. So let's say connect customers form with the database. Okay. So as you can see, it is creating the customer table. Here, it's done all this, apply changes. Now it is wiring the front end with your back end. So here it's saying the customer page is now fully connected to database with real-time updates and proper user data association. Awesome. So all the customer is gone because there's no customer. Let's go ahead and add it, save it. Customer is saved, and let's add another customer, John Doe maybe, email, blah, 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 and Dallas, and status active. Add customer, so I have 2 people. Let's see if my filter is working. Yep, filter is working. Let's see in the database. So here I go to database and I see there's a table now created customer, and I have 2 customers here. Name. Okay. So far so good. Now let's look at settings. Oh, there is nothing in the setting. And sales. Nothing in the sales. So let's say settings page is empty. Setting page is not shown when authenticated. Setting page and let's say sales page, both. I know there's a bug. If it's authenticated, it's not able to update it, the whole code base. So you have to write like this. Setting page and sales page is not shown when authenticated. And again, this is how a human will talk when somebody is not a programmer. They will say, hey, why this setting and sales page is not showing? And it tells you notice that the setting and sales page are referenced in the sidebar component but haven't been implemented yet. Let's create these pages and add them to the router. It's adding now those pages. Okay, it's showing the sales page with some fake data, and setting page, it is showing email notification, push notification. Fine, let's say add theme selection in settings for dark and light theme. Okay, it's done. It's saying I have added a theme toggle. Here you can see a theme, and I click. Now it's all dark. And let's see customer. And you can see that it made the component dark, but it has not made the whole application dark. So that's a bug, I will say. So let's say dark theme should be applied to whole application, not only to components. Now it's doing its magic again. It's saying let's update the application to properly apply the dark theme across all components. Now as you can see, it applied the dark theme across the board. So when we go click customer, I can see customer here. The heading is again not fully applied properly with the theme, so we can fix that too. Fix the customer page title. It is not proper for the dark theme. As you can see here now, I cannot see customer. It is I believe dark gray on black. So let's see what it does by using correct tailwind classes for text color. Okay, it fixed it, and you can see the customer is showing. So this shows the power of AI and this product Lovable, which is so good. It has done multiple days of work in few minutes. So what can I say? It does make me very sad that all my skill set and experience is gone down the drain. You may not need that many developers. You still need some developer to support and troubleshoot. But as I said, in place of 10 developer, you may just need 3. And this is, I think, version 1. The Supabase integration is in beta. It's not fully even released, and it's completely working. It created all the dashboard, created all different forms, created authentication, updates, GitHub. Let's see the GitHub. This is the last thing I want to show you here. As you can see here, all 13 commits. So we made all these changes and all these commits are happening, and you can go back and see what is happening. This is simply amazing. What a beautiful product it is. So thank you very much for your time, and let your feedback keep coming, and let me know what else you would like to see on this channel. Thank you. Thank you for your time.